All right, so let's dive into this whole AI coaching thing you've been researching.
Yeah.
We're going way beyond like those generic one-size-fits-all productivity apps. This is about like a personalized dream team of AI coaches, all there to help you hit peak performance. Plus, we've got Arthur Karmatsy's research on how our brains are wired to think. It's going to be mind-blowing.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, so first things first.
It is a fascinating shift.
Yeah.
Instead of getting just like generic advice from an app, imagine having a team of specialists available 24/7, but they're focused solely on your growth,
Exactly. And we're not just talking about like one coach here.
Right.
It's like, what, 6 AI agents that you've been digging into?
Yeah.
Mindset mastery, productivity optimizer, health and wellness guide, skill development strategist, social dynamics coach, and like the one that really caught my eye.
Oh, yeah.
The personal branding agent.
That's a great example of how this whole approach goes beyond just like internal growth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's about like understanding how you present yourself to the world.
Totally.
And then like leveraging that for success.
It's like having a personal PR team, but it's AI.
Exactly.
And they're like working behind the scenes to help you just like put your best foot forward. In your notes, you mapped out 5 core AI agents for this dream team.
Yeah.
Let's meet the lineup.
Hit me.
Leading the pack, we have the mindset mastery agent. This AI is like your mental resilience guru.
Oh, I like that.
It helps you conquer challenges with a growth mindset and, high emotional intelligence, that kind of thing.
So important. Having a growth mindset is essential, especially these days. Everything's changing so fast. This AI could really be a game changer.
Oh, cool. It's like having a little voice in your ear that's always saying, "You've got this, keep going." And next up we have...
Wait, before you move on from that.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I think it's super interesting how this AI agent could help people adapt and learn from setbacks, bounce back stronger.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so next up is the productivity optimizer agent.
Whoa.
This one is your weapon against procrastination.
I need that.
Right. Think laser focus on your goals. No more overwhelm. And maybe even some AI magic happening with your calendar.
Efficiency is key. Can you imagine if it could anticipate what you need before you even realize it?
Like a mind-reading personal assistant. I'm into it.
That would be incredible.
But it's not all about, just getting work done.
Yeah.
We need to make sure the human behind the screen is thriving too.
Exactly. You can't pour from an empty cup, as they say.
Which brings us to the health and wellness guide.
Yes. The holistic approach. This AI is all about keeping you at your physical peak. Imagine personalized recommendations for nutrition.
Exercise, sleep.
Everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not about burning out. It's about finding that sustainable rhythm where you're both productive and,
And energized.
Yes.
Yeah.
And speaking of being the top of your game, we've also got the skill development strategist.
This is huge. Think of it as your personal career coach. It's constantly evaluating your skills, finding any gaps, and then recommending a personalized learning path.
Okay, that's amazing. It's like having a roadmap for your career.
Exactly. And not just a map, but also the tools and resources to get there.
It's like it's giving you the car and the fuel as well.
I like that analogy.
But here's where you blew my mind. The social dynamics coach. You're thinking way outside the box with this one.
Well, we often focus so much on individual productivity, but high performance isn't just about working in a silo.
Right. Totally. It's about how you collaborate, communicate, lead others.
Exactly. It's mastering those soft skills that are so crucial for success.
So you're not just building a team of AI agents, you're building a whole support network.
And a network that covers every single aspect of high performance.
But okay, before we get too far ahead of ourselves,
Right.
How does this AI dream team even begin to figure out what you specifically need?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah. And you even mentioned bringing in Karmatsy's colored brain assessment and the management mirror. Tell me more about those.
So the colored brain is all about how people process information. Karmatsy says there are 4 dominant thinking styles: green, blue, red, and purple.
Wait, are you saying our brains literally think in colors?
It's a way of understanding those different styles. And the crazy thing is, these styles, they're not just personality quirks, they're actually rooted in our brain chemistry.
Whoa. Okay, so tell me more about these brain colors then.
Each color represents a different way of processing information and approaching challenges. Let's take green brain as an example. Someone with a predominantly green brain tends to be really action-oriented, decisive, results-driven.
They just want to get things done.
Exactly. For them, clarity comes from taking action, experimenting.
Yeah.
Just diving in head first.
Got it. So if you gave them some complex problem to solve, they wouldn't want to spend hours overthinking it. They'd want to jump right in and start testing solutions.
You got it. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, you have Gredbrain. They thrive on analysis logic, exploring all the angles before even thinking about making a move.
They want to understand the why behind everything first.
Exactly. They find clarity through information and building a mental framework.
Okay, that makes sense. So how does this colored brain idea actually play out with the AI coaching?
Picture this. Each AI agent adapts its entire approach based on your colored brain profile communication style, types of challenges it sets, even its virtual appearance.
So like my mindset mastery agent might be super zen and calming if I have a red brain, but if I'm more of a green brain, it might be like a super peppy cheerleader.
Exactly. It's about resonating with the individual's natural way of learning and growing. Make it feel tailor-made.
I love how personalized this is.
Oh,
Okay, so what about the management mirror you were talking about? How does that fit in?
that ties in beautifully with your social dynamics coach, remember?
Refresh my memory.
It's all about 360-degree feedback. Getting insights from everyone around you. Colleagues, managers. Even direct reports.
So it's like holding up a mirror to your social interactions and seeing your blind spots.
Exactly. How do you come across to others? What are your strengths and weaknesses when it comes to communication and leadership? The management mirror helps you uncover all of that.
Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah.
And how does the AI use that information?
That's where the magic happens. By integrating that feedback with the social dynamics coach, it can identify patterns in your behavior, pinpoint areas where you can improve, suggest strategies for building stronger relationships.
So it's like having a personal coach who's observed you interacting with everyone and can give you super specific advice.
Precisely. It takes all the guesswork out of it. And speaking of making things fun, you mentioned gamification in your notes.
Oh, yeah. That's where Squadli comes in, right?
You got it. One of the biggest challenges with traditional coaching is engagement. Sometimes it just feels like a chore.
Yeah, I could see that.
But gamification changes everything. Suddenly, you're not just checking off tasks, you're leveling up your skills, you're earning rewards. Just like a video game.
That's brilliant. And Squadli already has the framework for all of this.
Exactly. Imagine the AI sets you a personalized challenge. Maybe it's consistently using a new communication technique or taking on a stretch assignment that pushes you outside your comfort zone.
Or maybe it's hitting a specific wellness goal, like running a 5K.
Yes. And Squadli tracks your progress, gives you real-time feedback, keeps you motivated.
It's like having a workout buddy and a life coach, all rolled into one. Okay, so we've got the agents, we've got the assessments, we've got gamification. Now I want to talk about the actual design of this whole system.
Yeah, so imagine like a company that's going through like a digital transformation, right?
Okay.
So instead of like the usual resistance that people have to change,
Right.
what if Squadli turned like skill development into like this collaborative game?
Right.
Right.
Interesting.
So team members can work together, they can level up their skills.
Yeah.
They can even like compete against other teams.
Yeah.
And it just makes that whole transition so much smoother and ultimately more successful.
That's a really, really compelling idea.
Yeah.
And I imagine like the personal branding agent probably plays a pretty big role in this whole Squadli system.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So like all those activities that you do that help you build your online presence, right? Like let's say updating your LinkedIn profile or maybe writing a blog post or even like delivering a presentation.
Right.
All of those could translate into points in progress within Squadli.
Very cool. It's amazing to think about how this could like transform not just our own careers, but like entire organizations.
Yeah, for sure.
But like before we get too far ahead of ourselves,
Right.
let's like bring it back to our listener for a second, right?
Okay, yeah.
We've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
Colored brains, management mirror, Squadli.
Yeah.
This whole idea of like this incredible team of AI coaches. Like
It's a lot.
what's like the key takeaway here
Sure.
for someone who's like really been diving deep into this topic with us?
I think the biggest takeaway is that AI has the potential to really like personalize and amplify all of our efforts towards self-improvement in ways that honestly we're just starting to understand And it's like, it's about having all these powerful tools to help us maximize our potential. It's not about replacing human connection or intuition.
Yeah, it's like having a team of like really, really dedicated coaches.
Exactly.
In your court, right.
Yeah.
Constantly analyzing your progress, offering like really tailored advice, keeping you motivated.
And what's really cool is that like we're still so early.
I know, right.
In all of this.
Like we're just scratching the surface.
Exactly. Yeah. So as AI technology keeps evolving, and so will like the sophistication and effectiveness of all these like personalized coaching systems.
So while this AI coaching dream team might sound like totally futuristic right now, it might not be as far off as we think.
Exactly.
Which kind of brings us to like a crucial question for our listener, right?
Okay.
Like, how do you envision this type of personalized AI coaching impacting your own personal and professional development?
Yeah, that's something I think is worth like everyone listening, like really taking some time to think about. Because, it's one thing for us to sit here and like talk about the technology in the abstract, but it's another to actually think about how it could really like integrate into our lives, our careers, our relationships even,
It really makes you think about the possibilities.
It does.
Like both the exciting potential, but then also like, the challenge.
Of course.
To come with any new technology.
For sure.
In your notes, you talked about wanting each AI agent to have a unique personality and even a visual avatar.
It's about creating a connection, having a digital companion rather than just a faceless app.
Right, because if people feel connected to their AI coaches, they're more likely to actually use the system and see results.
Exactly. It's all about the user experience.
So it's not just about the technology. It's about storytelling design, creating a truly immersive experience.
You got it. And luckily, there are platforms out there that can help us bring this vision to life. Platforms like globalmentor.exchange.
It's like we're building a whole team of digital superheroes.
With amazing backstories and everything.
I love it. But then your notes took this really fascinating turn. You started asking about the science behind all of this, like the deeper why behind how we think and learn.
You were intrigued by Karmazi's research on ambiguity relief.
Right, exactly. Especially how it connects to the whole colored brain idea.
It's a game changer. Karmazi argues that our brains are wired to crave clarity, but everyone's path to getting there is different. And that's where those colored brain thinking styles come in.
Okay, so walk me through it. How would someone with a green brain experience this ambiguity relief thing?
For a green brain, action is clarity. They don't overthink it. They experiment. They dive right in and figure things out as they go.
So sitting around analyzing everything would actually make them more anxious, not less.
Exactly. It would actually increase their ambiguity because for them, clarity comes from taking action.
Their motto is probably, just do it.
Probably. Now, a red brain, on the other hand, totally different story.
Right. They need all the information first.
Exactly. They find clarity through research analysis, building a logical framework in their minds.
The knowledge is their superpower.
I like that. Now imagine how much smoother communication would be if we all understood these different styles.
Oh my gosh. It'd be like having a cheat sheet for dealing with people.
Right. Think about it in the workplace. If you're trying to get your green brain boss to make a decision, don't hand them a 20-page report.
Just give them the bullet points and be ready to take action.
Exactly. And if you're working with a red brain colleague, don't spring a last-minute project on them. They need time to process and plan.
This is blowing my mind.
Oh.
And if we can build AI systems that understand these nuances, imagine the possibilities.
The potential is huge. We could see a massive reduction in conflict, stronger teams, more effective collaboration, even deeper personal relationships.
Because at the end of the day, whether it's with AI or with each other, it's all about understanding and connecting with the humans behind the screen.
Right. Couldn't have said it better myself.
This has been an incredible deep dive. We've covered so much ground today. From building your own AI coaching dream team to unpacking the complexities of the human brain. I don't know about you, but I am feeling so inspired.
Me too. It's exciting to think about the future of personalized performance.
It really is. And if you're listening and you're feeling that spark of inspiration too, I want you to hold on to that. Think about the perfect AI coach for you. What would it be like? What kind of personality would it have? What goals would it help you achieve? Dream big, because who knows? Maybe one day we'll have you on the show sharing your own AI breakthroughs. Until then, keep exploring, keep innovating, and keep reaching for that next level.